it's your first time watching, I'm very excited to meet you. My name is Christina from Readings by Christina, and I am a tarot love specialist and spiritual advisor, giving you clarity in all aspects of your life, such as family, finances, career, loved ones who have passed on, and any question you have pertaining to your past, present, and future. If you happen to have more detailed questions for me, feel free to set up a private one-on-one reading session with me. You can contact me on my Instagram, Readings by Christina, and send me a direct message to set up a reading appointment with me. And if you'd like to keep updated on your free readings, hit the subscribe button below so you can become a part of my YouTube community. For today's reading, I have a special treat for you guys. I'm going to be doing a pick a card reading for what's coming next in your love life. Now, by pick a card, I mean pick a number 1 through 4, literally whatever number you connect with and pops in your head first. You don't have to overthink it, literally whatever your first choice is, guys. You don't have to have a reason. And if you're feeling like, oh my god, I don't know what number to pick, I'm going to be doing a burning to clear the energy. And at the end of the burning, you can assess what number that is, and it's going to correspond to your reading. Traditionally, crystal readings are done with the pick a card readings, which I was really excited to do. I charge up these crystals, they have an awesome aura to them. But I'm choosing to save it for the near future because people tend to gravitate to the crystal that they feel most attractive to and that they feel is the prettiest, and not the crystal they most connect with. So we're going to keep it simple today and stick to the numbers. One more thing I wanted to touch on before I shuffle the cards is that this is a reading about what's coming next in your love life, right? So there's a chance that this person isn't the one for you. And I want you to be aware that this is not your fault. I'm going to touch on their significance, their purpose, and how long they're meant to stay, or if they're the one. I'm going to answer that for you. And in the near future, we're going to do a reading on who the one is. But for today, we're just doing about what's going on in the now. And I want you to keep in mind that not everybody is meant to stay. Those who come in your life for a short period are meant to teach you something for that person that actually is meant to stay. And there's nothing wrong with you. There's nothing that you did. I want you to keep this quote in mind when you're getting hard on yourself. And it's a quote that I love to live by for everything. I feel like it applies to everything. Grant me the serenity to accept the things I can't change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. It's a quote that I choose to live by. I used to have it hanging up in my old room. I really love it. I want you to think of that because people tend to get very hard on themselves, especially with love life, and say their love life sucks and that there's something wrong with them. That's the problem right there, is that you think that you're not worthy. That person is coming. They're just not meant to come yet. You're meant to experience things with what's going on in the now, and that's going to set it up for that person that is meant to stay. The universe is funny like that. So they're just testing you. So bear with me, and I'm going to give you all the pointers that you need so that we can master this together and that you could be a spiritual gangster. Because the universe is so funny. It's like testing you, and they send you these people, and one thing that happens is we get caught up in that person that's here now, and we grapple onto them, and we want to latch and keep them here and say, like, I want to make them the one. You can't mold anybody into being the one. So if I'm telling you that you're not destined to be with this person, the sooner you let go, the sooner the one is going to come in. So I want you to accept those faults and be accepting of those things that you can't change, and have the wisdom to know what you can. Allow yourself to clear your mind. Forget about anything that happened today or yesterday, and focus on the sound of my voice. So you were guided to the right number effortlessly. Thank you, Spirit, for being here with us today. Please allow all my viewers watching to receive the most accurate and informative reflection on what is in store for their love life. Dear Spirit, please shuffle the cards in the proper order pertaining to my cards, number 1 through 4. One more shuffle. In the next clip, I'm going to show you guys an up-close visual of all the 4 piles so that you can see what they look like, numbers 1 through 4. It's going to be going right to left. Pile 1, pile 2, pile 3, pile 4. Click your timestamp for your reading that corresponds to your number. Pile 4, pile 3, pile 2, pile 1. Hello all my viewers who chose the number 1. Welcome to your reading. Let's get started and see what's brewing in your love life next. Hope you guys are as excited as I am. Please give all my viewers who chose the number 1 the most insight possible regarding what's coming next in their love life. Okay, my number 1s. Immediately, I smell drama. In a love reading, almost never fails. But what I will tell you is it's not the guy. So I'm going to give you the good news first. I'll give you the scoop on all that drama that's going on, but just some weirdos involved. We'll take care of them. Don't worry. I don't let anybody play my viewers. So let's talk about the guy first. Let's talk about the good stuff. So this guy is a very low-key kind of guy. He comes off as an introvert, but he's definitely not socially awkward. He gets along really well with the people that he's around. He's a very likable person. And you're an extrovert and he's more of an introvert, so the opposites are going to attract you. You guys are going to be a very unique couple, very noticeable to everybody that is looking at you in the room. Unique in a good way. You guys complement each other really well. And it's kind of like you guys have an unspoken language because you understand each other just by looking at each other. So where that also comes in as a great thing is you're not going to have to tell him what you value, and he's going to understand what you're saying without having to explain it. So if you know that quote was understood doesn't have to be explained, and he has common sense. He would be like, duh, I know that. If he was around somebody that was doing something that he knows isn't the right thing to do. He's going to be around your friends a lot because that's going to be a huge part of your relationship in the beginning, and it's kind of going to bring him out of his introverted shell. Although he's very good at socializing, he doesn't commonly do this, and he's doing this to impress you. So you're bringing out a side of him that's helping him grow in a way. And I see this being a relationship where you guys are going to constantly be growing and complementing each other. So it's not going to be a stagnant relationship. You guys are going to bring out the most strengths in each other. He's going to want to be close to your friends and friendly, not in an overly friendly way, just to impress you a little bit. It's kind of cute. And he comes off as a Aquarius, a Libra, or a Gemini, okay? Let me show you Mr. Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. I'll show you some close-ups of your little spread here. But the bad thing about him being around your friends is they're going to notice that you guys have a really great relationship. It's really easy, no fighting, no drama, no nothing. You guys just, everything just runs very smoothly, okay? And they're going to think, oh, like, that's not fair, okay? That's what they're thinking in their head. I see all these girls here. I'll show you all these characters that I'm seeing. So one girl in particular is going to start this drama, but they're going to say that he was flirting with somebody when you guys are out, obviously. If you guys are at, like, a bar or it's some sort of, like, party scene. He's not going to be too into partying, but he'll come out because you asked him to come out and just to have fun because he's really chill at that. So he's going to come, and one of the girls is going to say, oh, I saw, we'll call him Chris as an example. Oh, I saw Chris checking me out, or Chris was flirting with this girl, just making up all these weird stories, all these, it's not true at all. That's what I want you to know. It's not true at all. And your relationship is going to be so great that there's literally no problems. It just feels like a breath of fresh air. And they're going to try to start problems, and obviously they're counting on you believing it. But I want to tell you, he's not a shady guy. He's not a guy that even likes to be the center of attention or is the flirty type. He hasn't had many girlfriends, and he's very picky with girls that he chooses to be close to on that level. And you're actually going to be in a relationship, by the way. He's going to make it very clear after like a few weeks of you guys talking, but you're going to kind of know that it's going in that direction by the way he's continuing to pursue you. So it's not going to be a mystery, but eventually he's going to ask you and you're going to be in a relationship. But he doesn't flirt with girls easily. He doesn't just ask random girls to be his girlfriend. He's not a cheater. Cheating isn't in his nature, okay? So what they're saying is definitely not true. And the way you handle this is going to be very delicate, okay? I can't wait to show you a close-up of these cards. So the way I want you to handle this, he's very emotionally mature. He's the type that he'll notice something, and he's very smart. So don't take his introvertedness as if he doesn't know what's up. He knows what's going on. So he internalizes what he notices from people. He makes a lot of observations. He's very observant of the world around him. So he knows if people are acting out immorally, if they're being immature. And he knows that you're very different from your friends. He would not date anybody like your friends or give them any interest. So that's what I want you to know, first off. So he internalizes a lot of things about people and studies them. He's not going to know that they're out to hurt your relationship, but he sees that they're full of drama and that you're not like that. So he's being nice for the sake of your relationship, and he sees that it would be important to you. So he's being a gentleman. So since he's being a gentleman, I want you to handle this like a lady. I want you to handle this with as much grace as you can, as hard as that may seem, because they're going to confront you and try to cause problems. And normally how you would react, I'm not saying that you're immature, but anybody in this situation would be asking a lot of questions and may confront somebody or be asking the guy. Not only for the matter of the trust and the loyalty would you be confronting him in particular, but it's because you've never seen that side of him before, and you're thinking, you know, I bring him around my friends and I thought I could trust him, you know, which anybody would be thinking. But what I want you to do is know that this isn't true. So how you're going to respond to anything that they say is, I'm so thankful to have a friend like you. I don't know what I would do without you. You're always looking out for me, even giving them a hug. I want you to have a smile on your face. Don't be too sarcastic though. I want it to be believable. But I want you to react nicely. I don't want you to say anything about him. I don't want you to talk too much, at least as possible, okay? Just diverting it back at them and the way that they're looking out for you, because I want them to think about what they did. Obviously, it's not going to work at first, but they're going to try a few times. They're not done yet. So what you're going to do is continue to react in this manner, navigating with grace, navigating this maturity. So that's that side that he was meant to bring out in you. You were meant to bring out that more social side in him, and he's bringing out that mature side of you, not telling everybody what you're thinking, because that's what he does. Not that he's hiding anything, but he's doing it to protect himself and because he's being smart. So that's what you're meant to learn in the very beginning of your relationship, and he's bringing out that side of you. So you're going to navigate that emotional maturity that you never have before. Remaining calm even when you want to say everything that's on your mind. You want to get to the bottom of it. But they're not going to get to you. So this strategy is kind of like getting your opponent tired in the boxing ring. I want you to continue to dance around a little bit, much like Muhammad Ali and Rocky, okay? So we're going to think of them when you're thinking of these people, and think of the reading, okay? So you're going to constantly go around as if like, oh, have you had enough yet? And they're going to keep trying, stabbing, jabbing, and they're going to eventually get tired and they're going to fall down. So eventually I want you to kind of limit your interaction with them and him, but I don't want you to ever vocalize that you know what's up and that, oh, I'm not hanging out with you anymore because you're causing problems with Chris or in my relationship. So you're going to gradually decrease that interaction, okay, without them knowing, because I see this being a very long-lasting relationship. I see him vocalizing a lot of things to you soon on, but not at too fast of a pace that it's weird, but at a very nice pace, and that you know his intentions, because what you see is what you get with him. You don't have to wonder, you don't have to think, oh, is he playing games? Does he like me? Does he think about us at any point in the future? He's going to vocalize all these things to you, and on the 8-month mark kind of your relationship, almost going towards the year that you've been together, he's going to mention certain plans that he has in order for the both of you. But he's definitely somebody that is going to be your best friend, and a lot of people are going to envy your relationship and see that it's a unique sort of relationship. It's going to be very noticeable, but you guys are going to stick by each other, and I see him making you into a very great woman that you're meant to be, and I see you having the opportunity to be with him in the future. So he's meant to stay, and he was meant to teach you a lot about maturity yourself. So I hope that you found this informative, my group number 1 people, and that you enjoyed learning about your person. Hello, all my viewers that selected the number 2. Welcome to your reading. We're going to get started and see what's brewing for your love life. I hope you all are excited to be watching. Please give all my viewers who selected the number 2 the most insight regarding this next person entering their life. Okay, my group number 2, this is it. This is a very serious and delicate topic, so I just want you to know that I stand by you and I support you, because this is something very sensitive that I'm going to mention pertaining to you. So you recently got out of a very toxic, abusive relationship. This was going on for years and years and years, and the more that it went on, the more damage it has done to you. So there are really components of post-traumatic stress here, and I'm really sorry. I really feel for you right now. This person still continues to contact you on and off, and it's really crucial that you stick to no contact. I know that you have been for the most part, but it's really crucial at this point, even besides calls, rejecting the calls.
Hello, we are not
Really
available now.
not reading text messages, not listening to voicemails, because the more that you listen to what they have to say, you even hear their voice, it's really having a strong impact on you, and it's really doing more damage to you, because the person that broke you is not going to heal you. This person really is an energy vampire. They want to drain all the good that's out of you and use it for their own gain and use it to make them feel good, because they were very unhappy with themselves. Very unhappy, insecure individual. And they thrive off of making you feel miserable and thinking they still have that control over you from a distance. And I want you to know that you don't give them that power. You have to remove that from them. Really, this person is like the Grinch and like an energy vampire. But the energy vampire really is something that I'm really seeing for them that I could describe right now. But they don't want to see you happy, knowing that you're not with them. They don't want to see you happy when you're with them or when you're without them. That's how I'll put it. Altogether, they just don't want to see you happy. Just makes them happy to see you feeling miserable and doubting yourself, because they put a lot of ideas in your head that you aren't good enough and you're not going to find somebody else, and really like block them. And if they're calling you on different numbers, block those too, because the no contact is really what's going to close the door here. So the next person I see coming in your life is going to be very soon, because there's 2 or 3 options that you have to date, but you're brushing them off and you're shutting them out, which I understand, because in this situation you really need space and that time to heal. So you don't want to jump into anything, but the reason why you're doing this isn't because of that, because anybody getting out of any sort of relationship, whether it's abusive or whether it's just a normal breakup, is going to want time to themselves, and they do need that. You shouldn't be like dating right away. That's like kind of like a rebound, and it's kind of like you're not being true to yourself. So you need to do that when you're ready, but you shouldn't be brushing these people off because you're thinking that every guy is going to be like that, and dating just doesn't work for you, and you just don't want to be with anyone, because you told yourself, you're like, I'm done with this relationship, but I'm done completely with thinking that I have faith in anybody. So I really don't want you to have that mindset, because there is a person here that you typically would have been interested in, and you're going to know who I'm talking about, because you're going to sort of feel like rejecting him, but you're going to be like, hey, this guy seems cool, but I don't know. You're going to seem skeptical. I'll show you some close-ups from your reading and your little spread. So this guy's going to be a very spontaneous kind of guy, very fun. He'll wake up in the morning, call you and be like, hey, we should walk the track today. We should go to the beach. We should go to the bakery. We should go to the movies. Just really fun activities that you're going to be interested in. You guys are going to talk a lot when you're together. But he's not going to pressure you. He's not going to expect a lot from you. He's not going to be demanding. He's going to be very carefree. Just very go with the flow. Even though he's spontaneous and fun, very go with the flow. Nothing like that other person. And he comes off as a Sagittarius, Leo, or an Aries. But I don't want those thoughts from that past relationship to prevent you from connecting with this person, because this person's purpose is coming in your life is meant to show you that bright side of life again, because that energy vampire, that demon, really made you feel isolated, really wanted to take you away from things that made you happy, and wanted to lock you down into their dungeon and not have you be around people or things that once used to give you happiness. I want to show you an up close of this too, because this is the most prominent card in your reading, it really is sticking out to me because it's a devil card. So I'll show you up close. So the devil here, I'm not just pertaining to this guy being a devil, like a demonic symbol. It's also pertaining to his really toxic bond, and from a distance he thinks he has control over you, and you really need to free yourself of that to heal. You need to escape. You need to escape for your own well-being and set yourself free, because you are free in a sense that you're out of this relationship and you've been out of it for a while. It's been on and off that they've been contacting you, but you haven't been in their presence and around them or in an actual relationship with them in a little while. It's been like a month now, and it's time for you to set yourself free of this, even psychologically, and really cut the cord. So not only even the phone calls, just thinking about this person and thinking about the past wounds that it left behind. And it's really important not to forget, because that's also helping you realize why you're not talking to somebody like that and why you would never put up with something like that again. But you really need to put it behind you also, in a sense, and remember that not every guy is like that. Obviously, if you saw red flags, you would know, but I'm here to tell you that's never going to happen to you again. I'm not just saying that. It's something that I see for your future. It's never going to happen again, and you would never even allow it to happen again. But whoever's meant to come in your life, I don't see them having that character resembling him. So you really need to cut those inner demons loose, and you need to set yourself free and forget about it, and not think that every guy that you date is going to isolate you like that and make you feel that unhappiness. This person's purpose is Sagittarius, Aries, Leo. It's going to have a lightness to him. He's also going to have sort of like a light brown hair, like he has like a lightness. So if it's not like dirty blonde, it's like light brownish, and I see like some like highlights. So could be like redness, highlights from the sun, blonde, like his hair like changes colors in the sun, but he really has a brightness to him, and I see him being like a really cool friend to you, not rushing you into anything, but I see that he's meant to be here now to make you feel happy again and experience those laughs, and to remember that life is not miserable, and as long as you're never in that person's presence again, I promise you it's never going to feel like that. So this person, I see that you're going to talk and be kind of like really close friends, even though he's interested in you for more than that, because he's attracted to you, even though you're attracted to him, but you're kind of just viewing him as a friend for now. And he's going to want to get closer to you, but you're probably not going to allow him to be something serious just yet. So I'm not pressuring you to start a relationship, and it's probably not best for you to allow yourself to heal, but when you're first talking to him, you're going to talk about fun stuff in the first couple weeks, and then after 2-3 weeks go by, you're going to tell him more heavy stuff. So he is going to know what happened to you, but he is going to accept you and support you, and he's not going to view it as a weakness. It's just naturally going to come out. So although I don't really see you disclosing those experiences when you first see him, I suggest that just keep it fun, because you don't want to constantly be reminded of that. We want you to have a good experience, but naturally it's going to happen because he's going to ask you a little bit about your past. But if you don't want to pursue a relationship with him, you're going to have the option to at some point, because he's still always going to be contacting you, but he's not going to be sour with you if you told him you weren't interested in him. He would understand based on your situation if you didn't want anything so serious, but that's going to kind of make him like you more, so he's going to view it as you playing hard to get. But he's going to completely understand that, and he would be your friend, so you wouldn't have a falling out if you told him like, hey, like, I made my decision, I don't want anything serious, but he's always going to contact you, and you would have that option of being with him. But for right now, I don't see you being with him or having anything serious with him, which I could pretty much tell what your standpoint is on that. But you do like him as more than a friend, so it's not like he's not somebody you'd be interested in dating, but he's not really meant to be that person right now. I see that if you guys kept contact for a long time, you would have that option, and I see you eventually giving him a chance, but I don't want to put a timetable on that for you because it's all about how you feel. But you're going to really see something in him that is going to bring you that bright side of life again, and you're going to have that option to be with him in the future. But his purpose right now is to make you happy and to see that not all guys are like that. So I really support you. Please know that I feel for you and I'm here for you, and I really want the best for you. So please don't turn this person away, because you're going to know who they are, and it's not like you're not going to be interested in them. I just want you to block those ugly images out of your mind and know that I'm here for you, and I really wish the best for you, and I hope that you experience comfort in this person when you actually meet him. Hello to all my viewers that selected the number 3. Welcome to your reading. I'm going to jump right in. Let's see what's brewing for your love life. Thank you all for watching. Please give my viewers that selected the number 3 the most insight about the person that they're going to meet next. Are you ready, my team 3s? Alright. This guy's going to charge very quickly into your life. So things are going to move very quickly with him. Quicker than usual for him, which is very unusual because he hasn't been in a relationship for a very long time. So he's going to see something in you that he hasn't seen in any other girl. He is very charming. This is our guy here. I'll show you guys a close-up of your spread. But he's very charming, flirtatious, says a lot of affectionate things to you. He's going to seem like he's too good to be true almost, because he makes a lot of promises and he moves quickly, but he is going to make you his girlfriend, but it's going to be very soon. Like, you really don't feel like you know him yet, but you almost feel like you do, which is scary, because he will get very close to you in a short period of time. So you're going to feel like you've known him for longer than you have. And the downside to this is that it's going to move so fast and faster than normal for him that it's going to get messed up like that. So I'm going to show you a zoomed in version. This is the Tower card. So he has intentions on making this work because he really does like you, and he wanted to seize the opportunity because he doesn't normally like girls, and something told him like, hey, like, I really want to be with this girl. But he hasn't been in the swing of a relationship for a long time, which isn't a bad thing, but he isn't in reality, and he's being a little bit delusional that he's not usually a relationship person because there's bad influence around him. I see a co-worker, someone around his place of work. I see someone basically watching him. So they're not watching you, but in a way, like, they're intruding into his life, okay? So they're gonna laugh off that he's in a relationship because they've never really heard of him being in a relationship before, so that thought sounds funny to him, and they like him in a way. So they're very flirtatious, and they like to be seductive, and she comes across as a little bit older. She's not that much older. Maybe it might be more of a dominating personality, but she wants to have that control just because she wants to know that she can have him. Not even just that she has a dominating personality, but that's how she is with guys. She's competitive, and she doesn't even know you, so it's like, what does she have personally against you? She likes his attention. and she sees him as a charming playboy type player. So he is ultimately going to make a poor decision and cheat. And the thing that's disturbing is he's not going to tell you right away. He's not going to really come out and tell you. So what's going to happen is his friend is going to tell you, a very close friend of him is going to come to you and confess that they think that he isn't being loyal to you because of that one person, that one woman. And you're going to laugh it off. Probably if you never had this reading that would happen, but you're going to laugh it off. And you're not going to believe for a second because he shows you a different side of him. He's the perfect guy. But also, your parents are going to meet him and you're going to think that he did absolutely nothing wrong because he's so polite to them and such a gentleman, and he may even buy them a gift. He's just going to seem like the perfect guy, and you're so excited that you introduced him and that they met and you thought everything went perfectly, but they're not going to like something about him because they sense that there's something wrong. So they're right. So after this is going on for a little while longer, after that first encounter he had with that woman, he's going to start not acting the same. He wants to hide it from you and he wants to stay with you, but he doesn't want to tell you, and at the same time he can't be there fully emotionally into you anymore. So he's not going to completely get rid of you, break up with you, but he's going to withdraw a little bit and pull back. So you're going to suspect that's weird because he's going to be pretty drastically different. You'll be like, where is this person? So you're going to see all these different changes in his patterns, and he's going to make up excuses. When you normally had seen him, you're not going to see him. You're not going to see him as much. It's going to dwindle a little bit, and it's going to be a little weird. So you may follow him somewhere because I see you seeing him with somebody, and that's how you're going to know that his friend was right. And he is going to admit to messing up and say he completely understands if you don't want to be with him anymore, but then he's going to try again, and you're going to feel that you were meant to be with him because of all these things that he said to you, and that you want to see this person come back. And I'm just telling you, like, please, like, I want you to have that respect and dignity for yourself. And I'm not just saying that so you can look good in his eyes, but all other women would take him back in a second if they were in a relationship with him. And I want you to be different than them. I want you to set yourself apart from the other women. And you're going to be worried about what he thinks of you when you walk away from all this, and was he sorry for what he did? And he is going to be sorry, but even more so if you do retain that respect. And he's going to remember you as somebody that was different than those other women. Even though his opinion doesn't count and it's for your own sanity, he definitely is going to. So he is going to be a bit persistent. He's not going to be threatening, but he is going to be stalkerish. And he's going to think that there has to be some guy in your life that you rejected him, because no other woman rejects him ever. He's never experienced that in his life. So I want you to be the first one that makes him experience that for what he did, okay? He is a little bit narcissistic. Now, not every guy that is a player is narcissistic, because a narcissist is somebody that has a personality disorder, okay? But I really legitimately think that he is, because of how he plays these games. He doesn't make every girl get into a relationship with him, so he's not narcissistic in a sense that he makes people fall in love with him and then he screws them over. But he does play narcissistic games with other people in different ways, because he has that validation from a lot of different women, and he views it as supply and like dolls on a shelf, and how he's going to use this person for that and that person for this. But he actually did like you. But I don't want you to be tricked by that. Also, as a side note, I wanted to tell you that after you realize all this and you're not with him anymore, that next serious guy is not meant to come for a little bit. So there are going to be some gaps between this, that you are dating people and you are going out, and I encourage you to do that, but you're not going to find the one yet. So I don't want that idea to make you think that you should go back to him and that you were meant to be with him, because besides the fact that you shouldn't tolerate that behavior from anybody, I know here it's clear that he is not the one for you. So I see you meeting somebody that is the one after a little bit over a year passes. But the reason why I say that's good, even though you may not want to be alone and you may be thinking about that past experience, is I want you to work on yourself a little bit more. And I do see you as a very accomplished woman, and you do have a lot of goals for yourself, but I see that there's more that you had set out to accomplish, and you're willing to put that on hold for somebody. So I would say that obviously this situation didn't happen for a reason for you to focus on your career, but that gap in between and you not finding somebody right away is giving you that opportunity. So I hope that it was helpful for you to hear this ahead of time, so that when it happens, it makes you feel a little bit better and it comforts you a little bit more. And I want you to know that I'm here for you, and I'm genuinely sorry, because that's something that is very disappointing, but I want you to work on yourself, and I want you to walk around with that respect and be that woman that you are, and set yourself apart from other women. Work on yourself. I do see somebody great coming into your life, and I do encourage you to date, but you're not going to be with them for the long term, and that person is definitely not anybody that you should go back to at all. Besides long term altogether, it's not anybody that you should be with at all. So I hope that you take that away from today's reading, and I want you to be a strong woman and never let him have the privilege of tricking you again. Hello and welcome to all my viewers that selected the number 4 for their reading. Welcome and thank you for watching. I'm going to jump right in and tell you what's going to be brewing in your love life. Just now, you guys selected the best number for last. Please give all my viewers who selected the number 4 the most insight into the person that they're going to meet next. All right, let's see what's happening. Gonna be a surprise a little bit how you meet this person, because they're going to seemingly charge into your life. They're going to be very stable and happy in their life and looking to settle. They're going to be also very successful and comfortable financially, very great in business. But another cool aspect of this is they're going to be very supportive of you. So they're going to eventually work with you in the future. You're both going to be in some sort of partnership. But in the short term, when you first meet him, he's going to be like, hey, what job you have? And not that he doesn't think what you're doing is good enough, but he thinks that you deserve more. So he's going to say, hey, what do you do? And he's going to probably know someone in your field or know how to like switch some things around and help you get a little bit of a better job, better position, and he's going to make that happen for you. He's going to be very generous and giving. He's going to meet your family very soon on too, and you're going to meet his. He's going to be charging into your life, and you're just going to be like, I don't even remember how I met him practically. So you're going to bump into each other by accident. So I'll show you an up-close view of your spread. This is his card, and I see him charging into your life and collecting all these things to make a long-term goal. and he wants to make everything work and to line up properly. He's trying to organize everything. So he's thinking of you from a serious mindset, and he has his eyes directly on you, which he views as his prize. But I don't mean that in a chauvinistic way. I mean that just in a very complimentary way, in a way that he adores you. He will also like to travel. I see you guys traveling together, and I see you living together soon on, not at a weirdly early time, but I see him, being stable to have his own place, and him asking you to live with him. I also see that when you do introduce him to the family, your father or some sort of man in the family, could be your brother and father, they're going to pick at him a little bit because they're going to be a little unsure of him. And he's going to be very polite. There's nothing wrong with this guy. He's a very sweet guy, but they need to be proved and to believe that he's treating you properly, because they're not going to really take any guy seriously. And he's used to this. So he's not going to be intimidated, or that's not going to affect anything in your guys' relationship. So there's also going to be a little holiday celebration that you guys invite him to. Your mom or some woman in the family is going to encourage it, and she really likes him, but they're going to get into a little bit of an awkward tension. So they're not going to argue, but they're going to make some remarks, and obviously they were a bit sarcastic, but he's going to get past this. And I really see that this does have marriage future potential, and that he's going to voice that to you. He's really intent on that, and he's going to lay his cards on the table with you and tell you straight out that that's what he's looking for after a few short months of meeting him. And I guess he's going to want to know how you feel about that, because you may be a little bit younger than him, but he's willing to be patient and wait, just as long as he knows that that's what he's in for, and that's the ultimate goal. But he's not going to be put off by anything with the family. They're going to see how great he is, how generous he is. You guys are going to travel together. He literally would do anything to make you happy. And you guys are going to go into business together. I just see a lot of new beginnings, awesome things. And he comes off as a Taurus, a Capricorn, or a Virgo. He's just very considerate, and he's going to add a balance to your life. So he's definitely the one potential, and eventually your father and all the other men in the family are going to warm up to him, because they're going to see how great he is. It's just they're not so sure in the beginning of anybody, so they're going to realize that they were jerks to the wrong person, and he's going to be nice to them. So he's not going to be intimidated, or he's not going to be rude back. He's just going to let it rock, and he is literally your rock. So I hope that you're excited for all these new beginnings, and to know that this person really thinks highly of you, and that you have a great future ahead of you. Thank you for watching group number 4.